All right, at the risk of people still straggling in from lunch, I'm going to take opportunity to get us rolling for this afternoon. Welcome to the next session 2 of track 1. My name is Art Wall. I'm here from NextFlex. I'm happy to talk about NextFlex at any time that you wish. However, I'm actually not speaking at this particular session. So without further ado, then I'd like to start to introduce our speakers. Kent Ubellacker from Kateeva, which if I had the opportunity to give the award for the best title of any talk at the session of the week, billions of drops per second, where do you want them? So thank
you. Good afternoon. First, I actually want to thank TechBlick for inviting us here today so that we can talk about Kateeva's amazing printing technology. What's interesting is I personally don't attend very many conferences. In fact, the last one I attended was 15 years ago in the San Francisco Bay Area. And it happened to be a print electronics conference. And what reminded me of a few of the conversations I had there was that OLEDs needed a oxygen and moisture barrier to improve their lifetime. Second discussion I had on the side was I was working at Lexmark at the time, and I was asked if I could print color filters. And then the third discussion was somebody at Epson was building a 40-foot printer for displays. So surprisingly, here I am today, and Kateeva does all of those things except for the 40-foot printer. That's kind of an exaggeration, I believe. This afternoon, what I'd like to do further is just introduce Kateeva and let you understand what our technology is all about. And then we'll work our way down to talking about some of our newest technology, which is we call drop position correction. Real quickly, just my background a little bit. I used to be a nuclear submariner, and apparently nuclear power kind of has some connection to inkjet or thermal inkjet. And I spent a lot of time at Lexmark designing injectors and working on the business end of the printhead and integrating those within our desktop printers. And then I found myself at Kateeva, where it's got a nice combination of the two, where I've got pumps and valves and blowers and a nice hum that sounds like a submarine with inkjet included. So it's a fun job there. So the talented people before me at Kateeva actually made everything happen. They actually solved that problem of the oxygen and moisture barrier for OLEDs, and that's what put Kateeva totally on the map. And as you can see by the statistics up here, that enable also further printing with pixel type printing. In fact, I put to the left there, that latest display is a QDEL display printed by TCL CSOT. And that just last month won a Best People's Choice Award at the SID. So we do know our printing business and quite advanced in the display printing. Just a few more facts and numbers about Kateeva. One thing to note is that we are stationed in the San Francisco Bay Area, Newark, California. And recently we've opened up an operational center in Shaoxing, China. That's to help with future manufacturing. And then there's a good likelihood that most of the phones in here probably went through Kateeva's equipment. That's how dominant we are in the industry. So very proud of what we've done with the thin film encapsulant at Kateeva. So big picture, we call our printing two different printing techniques, we'll call it. Area printing versus pixel printing. And really, I should have said pattern printing, because the printers can do a lot more than just display, right? But as you can see, there are other opportunities in the display industry, at least, for area printing, include both multi-lens planarization or optical clear adhesive, which is like a clear, thin, uniform coated film. And that's what we excel at, is basically making these thin films extremely uniform. And that uniformity is needed so that you don't see what's classified as Mura, or a rainbow effect on your phones. And on the pattern printing side, usually RGB OLED is the common display technology. QD is coming in. But there are other opportunities we list there, as like micro lens printing. Even you can think of island type TFE for stretchable wearables, things like that, is also just another type of a pattern printing technique. This diagram here really shows well, what an OLED stack looks like. And it actually shows our strengths of a printing fairly well. The orange layer that you see there is what we actually print. That's the thin film encapsulant. It's an organic acrylate layer sandwiched between two silicon nitride layers. And that's what provides